poppy sellers. Fair play to them. I'm just watching this. See you next Tuesday. Behind. But if he thinks he's pulling that out behind our poppy sellers, he's very wrong. Absolutely. Get down here and get your poppies. It's for our fallen. So make sure you get your poppies, people. No excuses.
We are here to highlight the Patriots who have been imprisoned for daring to voice concerns over the brutal deaths of the three beautiful little girls that has now been proven to be a terrorist attack. These incarcerations have culminated in the sad death of our patriot, Peter Lynch, rest in peace. Yvette Cooper and Starmer need holding to account for the unjust sentencing of the above. And we as a group ask for the immediate release of all these political prisoners and for the corrupt Labour government to be held to account.
Yeah, definitely. My name's Brexit Brian. I'm here today because I'm supporting the fact that the two-tier system is wrong, is inappropriate. We have political prisoners in our country now. The system is broken. A change needs to happen. People need to come out and do something about that. We have been, as a group, been doing something about that for the last 4 months or so. We've been going to different locations with our banners, highlighting the issues. We're hoping that as a consequence, more people will come out and support us because this affects everybody. This affects absolutely everybody. We know that the left wing might ridicule us, but believe you me, eventually one day it's going to affect them as well. Okay, now I knew Peter Lynch, I knew him personally, so I'm particularly gutted about what has happened to him. He was a person of passion. I knew him from the Brexit demos. I remember him well. We used to go across the college green and we used to jeer Steve Bray. He would come down on many an occasion just for that alone. He was a lovely lad with a lovely sense of humour. A Yorkshireman, a typical Yorkshireman. Anyway, the situation with Peter is he gets prison for hurty words. And then we all know what happened. Contrast that with Ricky Jones. Contrast that with ex-councillor Ricky Jones. Yeah. That vile man breached 8. He asked for his followers, supporters to slit the throats of those fascists. What happens to him? What happens to that gentleman? He goes to prison on remand, but then is given bail. No short, swift justice for that man. There's one example. Another example, the Terrorism Act. We've got a situation where our man, I can't mention his name because Facebook, TikTok, the like, they've all cancelled him out. Anybody that dares to mention his name is violated and has the potential to be banned completely. This is the tactics that they use. So what have they done in his case? Yeah, they've misused the Terrorism Act. They've pulled him when he's come back into the country and demanded his PIN number under Section 7, Clause whatever of the Terrorism Act. Now, the Terrorism Act was not intended for that purpose. It was intended to actually stop terrorism. So what have they done? They've demanded his PIN number so that they can access all his data and all his information, anticipating that the gentleman is going to say no. So there we have it. We have a charge in place. The consequence of that charge is he can be labelled as a terrorist. He can be called a dangerous individual. He can be called someone who cannot be allowed to have a platform on social media. So all of a sudden, millions of people that want to have a conversation involving him are cut out from doing that very thing. In regards to terrorism, we had the Southport killings. My God. At the time, I don't know about you guys, but at the time I said to myself, this looks suspiciously like a terrorism act. I mean, you don't get too many people going around deliberately killing children, do you, in that kind of method and way? Okay, so thousands of us thinking, yes, this is a terrorist act. Speak about it online, talk about it, and social media goes mad on this topic. The guy gets arrested, he gets charged with this offence of murder, but he doesn't get charged with terrorism. We then have a situation the day before the budget. They disclose the fact that this guy had resin, that this guy had access to Al-Qaeda material. I don't know anyone's definition of terrorism, but that is definitely mine. The question here is, when did they know this? I personally believe that they must have known it within a couple of days of visiting that gentleman's property. So Starmer and the political establishment hid that truth from us.
Yeah.
Starmer and the political establishment have a responsibility to the public.
Yes.
For the truth. Hundreds of patriots have been locked up, thrown in jail, because they dared to comment against this situation. This is unacceptable. We are living in a society now that is in real danger. We have to galvanise patriots. We have to galvanise peacefully and do something about this. My last point is the media. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the media in this country is an absolute disgrace. They are untruthful. They hide the truth. They deny the facts. They hide evidence. In any democracy, you need a media that is fair and reasonable. But instead, we have a media that sucks up to the establishment. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, and something needs to change. How that change occurs, inevitably, it's going to have to be political. Now, there are many, many patriots here who are reform supporters, and I can see the reasoning behind that. You know, reform appear to be the biggest potential to get the Tories and Labour out. Myself, I'm not into reform one little bit. My reason for not being into them is that they are cowardly when it comes to taking on the woke brigade. They are so scared of the woke brigade and so held in rapture by them that they daren't defend us. They don't want to defend us because they might get called right-wing. Well, that's not good enough. If they are not going to defend us now, believe you me, they're not going to defend us if they ever got in government. Now, I happen to be a British Democrat supporter. The British Democrats is who I'm a member of. But I quite like UKIP also. And my advice to anybody that is unsure is to look at these two parties. Do not fall for the trap of reform. Reform have denied us patriots. They have never defended us on any of the issues that matter, and they've betrayed our man. Thank you very much.
Today, patriots gather again. For what? For the better future for their kids and what's there to reclaim it back. Tommy gets in the prison sentence for contempt of court. Yet Keir Starmer has shown contempt for the whole country without facing any consequences. Where is the justice? If we are holding people accountable, let's be fair and look at those who neglect the very people they meant to serve. Keir Starmer is a traitor.
Yes.
He been to the Southport with the poker face, knowing that the person who killed those innocent 3 girls was a terrorist. He was the one who fueled the riots. He was the one who branded that EDL, which is already not existent, is the cause for the riots. He's the one who should be held for this right in the UK.
Exactly.
We lost Peter Lynch. He's fallen hero. Why? Because of the lies of Keir Starmer. He should go ASAP. We need our country back from these people who are licking the balls of some special community. We want our country back. I can see people coming every day on boats without any checks they are giving hotels. We don't know who are they. Are they from any sleeping terrorist cells or from where? But still they are coming and giving accommodation, money, hot drinks, mobile phones, everything. And they are going out and raping our daughters every day. Believe me, Tommy was fighting for those grooming gangs of last 20 years. You will forget those grooming gangs because at least these grooming gangs, they infest on the girls. They are still living. But these people coming on boats, it will be you, me, boy, girl, goat, chicken, go! Save everyone. You should be careful. Start fighting. Reclaim your country. God save the kingdom. Thank you.
We're here and we're going to stay because when we're here, we're not going nowhere. Right, so everybody join us together in a minute silence for Peter Lynch. Thank you very much.